All right, I'm going to show you in the video how to prepare dialysis for Caspian. This is peritoneal dialysis, so I'll walk through everything we have. We have our set, we have our drain bag, we have our fluid, 2 alcohol wipes, the vial of heparin, your syringe, sterile and sealed, and a spare needle, again, sterile and sealed. So, first things first, you're gonna reach on the back of the machine, and there's the power switch on the back right. You turn it on, and you see the machine come to life. So, as you turn that on, we'll set our stuff down. First things first, go ahead and clean your hands. Get some hand sanitizer, wash them really good. Make sure your hands are clean. There's really only one step in this part of the setup that it's really important that your hands be clean, but you just want your hands to be clean when you start. So sanitize your hands. It'll come up, hello, Caspian Hansen. You want to hit the green button. There's only 5 buttons, so don't worry, you're not going to mess things up. You'll hit the green button to confirm it's connecting the network. Now, while it connects to the network, go ahead and lay this stuff off to the side. Everything's packaged. It's okay to set on the floor. There's a perforated line on your fluid. You want to find that. You just pull it straight down. Now, the fluid bag is a little bit wet. It's because of condensation. It does get some condensation in there. If you want to make sure it doesn't have a leak, you just want to give it a little squeeze. No fluids leaking out. Make sure it has the yellow cap on it. Place it here on the heater with the tubes facing up. Depends on how they package it, but you want your tubes up. This is still connecting to the network. So you're going to start your alcohol to insert the heparin into the fluid. The heparin is what keeps his dead skin cells from building up internally. So you're going to place that on the heparin, open your second one, and the smaller tube on the fluid bag is the injection site into the bag. So you're going to want to wrap your alcohol wipe around that. It's trash, a lot of trash in this process. Go ahead and just keep your trash together in a bag. You're going to want to scrub this, make sure you get it really good and clean on the heparin. Leave the alcohol wipe on. Now we're going to open our syringe. Make sure that the needle is screwed on tight. And then you're going to want to draw it up really to just below the second line below the 2. So you see you got 2 and then 2.5 on your syringe. You're going to want to put it right in the middle. You want 2.25. So you're going to want to draw that up with air. Remove the cap, don't stab yourself. Insert it into the heparin. Turn it upside down, inject the air into the heparin. That pressurizes it, and then pull it back down to your 2.25. Remove the needle. Clip the safety on the needle. Open your replacement needle. You never want to reuse your needle, for sanitary sake. Unscrew your needle. Screw it into the second needle. You'll want to dispose of those in a sharps container. Remove the cap. Straighten out this tube. Remove your alcohol wipe. Don't touch the end, but insert the tube straight in. You don't want any resistance. And then inject the heparin into the fluid. Engage the safety. Again, remove the needle. Take all of your trash, put it in one of your bags. Then you want to shake up and get that heparin really mixed in there, and you're good. Go ahead and put it back on that heating pad. Now, this says wait. You're going to push the red button on this section of the setup. It'll come up low fill mode on. Press go to start. Press the green, which is go, and it says load the set. So you want to pull this along the perforated line, pull this out. This is your set. Get it out of the paper, lift up on the handle here. That opens the door, and the set will only go in one way, okay? So you push this in. Like I said, it only goes in one way. And then this will actually clip on here. There's a little flap there. Caspian's playing with his book. Good job, buddy. Beep, beep, yeah. Now, you're gonna wanna close the clamps that you aren't gonna use, okay, before you hit go. So that would be this lower clamp here that's dangling. Leave the red one open and leave this furthest left side. Okay, so here's actually a problem. This is a really good to have on the video. This does not have the cap. The cap for the patient line was loose in the bag, okay? Missing the cap, you can't use it. This has been contaminated. Open the door again. Pull that out. This is trash. Just throw the whole thing away. Get yourself a new set. Okay? This time I'm actually going to check. Yep, it's got all the caps on it, which is good. So I'm going to open. Pull it out. Again, same thing. This will only fit in here one direction. If anything is missing any caps, just throw it away. Start over. Okay, again, we're not going to clamp the patient line or this red one. So the blue one, the two middle white ones get clamped, and then this lower white one also gets clamped. Then you're going to hit go because we've loaded the set, and it's testing. It's testing the integrity of the set. If there's any holes, any tears, anything like that, it will alarm, and you just replace the set. While that's going, we can prepare the drain bag. The drain bag is really the only thing that does not have to be sterile because it just gets the drain fluid, unless we need to gather a sample. If we need to gather a sample for the doctor, then it's very important that this stays sanitary. But this is just a drain collection for the used fluid. So you clamp this big one, and we slide it underneath the machine. Just kind of tuck it out of the way. You want it lower than the machine. This far right tube is your drain tube. It's also the one you can hook on an extra drain bag if you need to. That's what this lower clamp is. And it clamps onto the drain bag, this smaller piece on the drain bag. Again, this is not super imperative to be clean unless you need to get a sample for the doctor. Put that back there. It's still testing. While that's testing, just a good idea, gather up your trash, put it in the bags, this contaminated set. There's a lot of waste, a lot of trash that goes with this process. Don't worry about it. It's part of the nature of peritoneal dialysis. So that's still self-testing. We wait. So we got these clamped. This is unclamped. This red hose, there. Connect bags, open the clamps. That means it passed the test. This red clamp is the one that connects to the bag. The bag is on the heater, red for hot. So this is the part that has to be the cleanest. Okay? This is the part that has to be sanitary. So I'm actually going to move the camera over here and try and get a really good angle on how I do this. So there's this hose, okay? And there's this red line, okay? You're gonna wanna hold your breath when you do it, so I'm not gonna talk, but you're gonna do it in one smooth motion. You're gonna take the cap off of here. You're gonna pull the cap off of here. That's why I'm holding it in my right hand with this over my finger. So just one smooth motion, you'll take this off, you'll pull this off, and then you'll screw them together, okay? So I'm gonna hold my breath, make sure there's no contamination, and here we go. Okay, it is screwed together. Now there's a frangible in here. It's a little plastic piece that keeps any fluid from leaking out. You want to break this. So to do this, you just kind of bend it back and forth and roll it, and then that is open. Move the camera back here. Now, bags are connected. Double check. Red clamp is open. Patient clamp is open. Clamp to the drain bag is open. The little clamp, not the big clamp. Make sure this is closed. So everything is there. Press green, and it is priming. Now, if there's any difficulty in priming, it will alarm, and you should be able to walk through those alarms. Perhaps a clamp isn't open. Perhaps you forgot to break the frangible. Just make sure you've got flow. Everything is open to the machine, to the patient line, to the drain bag. But it's priming. It'll prime for roughly about 20 minutes, and then it'll say to connect the patient. But that is the first stage of Caspian's peritoneal dialysis. Stage 2 is actually connecting him. And we tend to do this when he's asleep. So I'll try and record a video on that. But this is stage 1.